Jacob Roloff's wife Isabel says she asked doctors to take graphic photos of gallbladder in Surgery.Dear loves. Welcome to TLC drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Jacob Roloff's wife, Isabel Roloff, wanted all the dirty details about her gallbladder after undergoing surgery earlier this month. Isabel revealed via social media on Monday, December 16th, that she asked her physician if it was possible to receive photos of the removed organ after it caused her so much pain. "I asked my surgeon to take pictures of my gallbladder during surgery," the Little People, BigWorld alum said in an Instagram story post, noting that her surgeon showed her the pictures before she was discharged later that same day. Isabel recalled her doctor telling her the gallbladder was going to burst and was full of hundreds of stones, even going so far as to compare the enlarged organ to the size of a golf ball. The reality star added that she would show her followers the pictures, but confessed that the post might be too graphic. Isabel gave her fans a scare on Monday when she revealed that she was headed to the emergency room for pain meds. She updated her followers later that day, explaining that she's been living with chronic gallbladder pain for at least 4 years, after a 2020 unspecified diagnosis. After visiting a nearby urgent care for abdominal pain, she was advised to go to the ER where doctors performed an emergency gallbladder removal surgery. "I actually woke up crying from such instant relief after the surgery," Isabel said via Instagram, noting she still had some pain from the incision site. Isabel later confirmed that she was headed home on Monday, sharing a photo of herself in a wheelchair with a "feel better soon" balloon. Since getting home, she has had help from her husband, 27, with recovery. "This guy has been a really good nurse taking good care of me," Isabel shared via her Instagram story on Tuesday, December 17th, posting a photo with Jacob. Jacob and Isabel tied the knot in September 2019 after dating 5 years. They welcomed their first child, son Mateo, in 2021. Just a few weeks prior to Isabel's emergency surgery, she and Jacob celebrated Mateo's 3rd birthday with a party at the Roloff family farm in Oregon, where they live and work. "What a great day celebrating our 3-year-old. Thank you everyone for coming," the couple captioned a joint Instagram post on December 8th. The truck-themed party featured chocolate chip muffins and Christmas cookies for guests, which included both family and friends. Isabel Roloff recently dropped a health bombshell and left her LPBW viewers in disbelief. She opened up about undergoing emergency surgery, and fans are now wondering if the celeb is fine or not. Jacob's wife further explained what actually happened to her and what led to this surgery. But that's not all. Close player. Isabel admitted that she was really scared and revealed how she ended up in a pathetic state. What did she disclose? What is this all about? Is Isabel fine now? To learn some shocking details that you clearly didn't see coming at all. After having a successful surgery and finally recovering from her pathetic condition, Isabel is spamming pictures and news on Instagram related to her health. She shared everything and praised Jamy Roloff for the way she supported her. The celeb revealed that her MIL brought some chicken noodle soup for her in the hospital. Isabel revealed that she wasn't really able to eat many things, but she loved the soup that Jamy had cooked for her. Amid all this, there was no word about Jacob at all. Isabel didn't share any updates regarding her husband, and it appears that he wasn't even around her. All of this came after Isabel had already hinted at marital issues with Jacob, which further adds to the narrative. LPBW star Isabel recently took to Instagram and revealed that she recently got her gallbladder removed. She explained how the pain was unimaginable and that she was really scared of it. The celeb initially decided to visit the urgent care center, but they also referred her to the hospital. As Isabel wasn't able to endure the pain, she rushed to the ER and learned that her bladder needed urgent surgery. Isabel explained how she even cried because of the relief she got after her surgery. Though she still had some pain, she was doing way better now. She further revealed that her gallbladder was inflamed, to the extent that it was about to burst. Isabel even noted that her bladder had many stones, and she had been dealing with chronic pain for almost 4 years now. In another story, Isabel noted that she asked her doctor to take a picture of her gallbladder during her surgery. She even thought of sharing the picture on Instagram but wondered if it would go against the guidelines of the platform. The celeb revealed that her doctor claimed her bladder had hundreds of stones and it was in a pathetic condition. However, Isabel assured her audience that she was better now. She was even discharged from the hospital and even shared a picture while she was seated in a wheelchair. The celeb further posted several screenshots where viewers were wondering how Isabel drove herself to the hospital in chronic pain. The latter proudly claimed that everyone should be independent, and she was able to deal with everything. The Little People BigWorld family just got a bit bigger as Jacob Roloff and Isabel Rock welcomed their first son into the world on Monday, December 6. Late on Sunday night, as the day gave birth to Monday, Jacob Roloff took to Twitter to proudly announce the birth of his son, while gushing over the strength of his wife and the saintliness of the doctors and nurses that were in attendance. "My wife is a superhero. My son is an angel and all nurses are saints. Good night," the reality TV star said of the much-anticipated moment in the couple's life. Fans will recall that the two Little People BigWorld stars met in 2014 and got engaged just 3 years later. They tied the proverbial knot in Oregon, September 7, 2019. Matt and Amy Roloff's youngest son took to Instagram in July of this year to announce the news of Isabel's pregnancy, writing next to an image of the LPBW star touching his wife's baby bump, "Not for you, but us. I'm very happy to say, we're having a son." Isabel, 25, also shared a post on that day with the same image captioning it, "We are elated to share that the baby boy we have been dreaming of is coming this December." Tori Roloff commented on the post simply with a baby emoji and a blue heart. Fans will recall that Tori had suffered a miscarriage just 4 months prior to Isabel and Jacob's announcement. At the time, Isabel had to take to social media to defend her baby bump photos in the wake of Tori's tragedy. On Monday, August 23rd, a follower asked how the expectant mother and photographer can post so much about pregnancy when someone close to can't. The Little People BigWorld was quick to address the comment as well as other similar ones, writing, "Y'all have to stop," adding that it was her first pregnancy, that it was special, and she wanted to talk about it. She went on to ask her followers to please give her that right without assuming she wanted to hurt anyone. "That's the last thing I want to do. I just want to celebrate my baby." The season 22 of Little People BigWorld wrapped recently. Fans are eagerly anticipating the new season, which has yet to be announced. Come back her often for any. Jacob Roloff's wife took to social media to share the details of her recent gallbladder surgery, including the unusual request she had for her doctor. "I asked my surgeon to take pictures of my gallbladder during surgery," Isabel said in a post on her Instagram stories, as Us Weekly reported. According to Isabel, the doctor said her gallbladder had grown to the size of a golf ball and was close to bursting. She also said the photo of her enlarged organ might be too graphic to share with her followers. Isabel told her fans later the same day that she's been living with chronic gallbladder pain for at least 4 years and needed an emergency gallbladder removal surgery after going to the ER for pain meds. In a subsequent post, Isabel revealed that she was having pain again, this time in her incisions, but that Jacob was taking care of her, bringing her pudding and a smoothie dot. She also shared that she felt guilty because she couldn't play with her 3-year-old son, Mateo, or read him books, writing, "I'm sure it's so confusing to him that I can't do what I normally can with him right now." In a later post on her stories, Isabel answered a follower's question about how Mateo handled the situation. "He keeps saying how much he missed me," Isabel wrote. "Currently laying in bed watching The Grinch together. I think he's adjusting because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we're normally together 24/7. So right now, he just wants to be close to me, which I love all the cuddles." After dating for 5 years, Jacob and Isabel married in 2019. They welcomed Mateo in 2021. Little People, BigWorld. Zach Roloff has been making some big decisions and acting out of character, which might be due to his ego. Fans who have followed Little People, BigWorld since when it premiered in 2006 will remember Zach as a 13-year-old boy who didn't know much beyond his life on the Roloff farm and his duties to his parents as the first child alongside his twin brother, JamyRoloff. However, it's been almost 2 decades since the show first premiered, and Zach is much older, and the family dynamics are much different from what they used to be. Zach's relationship with his father, Matt Roloff, is at an all-time low due to a feud that emanates from Matt's decision to sell off part of the family's farm, which Zach hoped to inherit. Meanwhile, Zach is also now a family man, having gotten married in 2015 to his wife, Tori Roloff, and welcomed 3 children. Meanwhile, Zach's attitude in recent years towards his father and parenting his kids has been raising a lot of eyebrows. His recent announcement about leaving Little People Big World after season 25 also signals that his ego might be running out of control. Since the beginning of their feud, Zach and Matt have tried to be civil with each other, especially when asked to discuss their estranged relationship. However, sometimes, Zach has been unable to resist the urge to throw subtle jabs at his father. When Matt wouldn't compromise on a price for the farm, Zach accused his father of being a bad grandparent who had no clue of the value of having the next generation on the farm. Zach also accused Matt of trying to make money off his family. In 2022, Zach called Matt a liar on Instagram, accusing his father of manipulating the narrative surrounding their feud after Matt noted he sold off part of the Roloff farms due to his sons on his Instagram page. In Matt's Instagram comment section, Zach wrote that his father was once again refusing to take responsibility for his actions. According to Zach, Matt instigated the family drama while also trying to manipulate the fans by playing the victim. Zach concluded by noting, "This post is a new shocking low of cowardice and manipulation of his family and kids for his gain." Since Zach's feud with Matt over the sale of the family's farm started, Zach has been slightly moving away from his participation in Little People Big World. First, he moved his family to Battleground, Washington, and he also stopped showing up for any Little People Big World events that involved his father. However, almost 2 decades after making his debut on Little People Big World, Zach and Tori announced they would be leaving the show on their podcast, Raising Heights, in February 2024. Besides his earnings from participating in Little People Big World, Zach has a couple of career options, including being a soccer coach, having coached competitive soccer teams in Oregon. Meanwhile, Zach's years of participation in Little People Big World have also made him a bona fide reality TV star, and his life away from his father might provide enough intrigue to earn a spin-off series. Also, Zach and Tori have drawn huge fans to their podcast, and although it's still early days, they might soon find themselves in discussions for endorsement deals if Raising Heights performs well enough. Since Zach and Tori got married in 2015, the couple have had a steady relationship, welcoming 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Josiah. However, while Zach and Tori have done quite well as a couple, the pair also have their differences, which sometimes play out on the screen. During Little People Big World Season 24, Zach and Tori got into an argument after Zach commented that Tori doesn't yell that much, to which Tori replied, "I don't yell ever." Still, Zach countered Tori, noting, "Oh, I wouldn't say ever," which made Tori mad at her husband. Tori accused Zach of never giving her credit for anything she did in their marriage. Tori confessed she was tired of being underappreciated because despite all she did, everybody still wanted something from her. Meanwhile, Zach also complained about Tori not being spontaneous and too consumed with keeping the house looking good. Tori's frustration with Zach is quite understandable, considering her unwavering support of him and their family. Tori never slacks on her motherly duties or being a wife to Zach, who should be less critical and more appreciative of Tori. Zach and Tori's children have been in the limelight since their birth due to their parents' participation in Little People Big World. However, Zach's parenting skills have been a cause for concern, most especially his treatment of daughter Lila, whom the couple welcomed in 2019. Zach's impatience with Lila and preferential treatment in comparison to his sons became a topic during Little People Big World Season 25, when Zach sat with Jackson at the fireplace, speaking to his son calmly while asking Jackson to help get Tori's suitcase from the garage. However, in the same breath, Zach turned around and screamed at his daughter, "Hey Lila, go help Jackson get Mom's suitcase." Zach's decision to scream instructions at Lila but speak in a low tone to Jackson is just one incident in a long list of trends showing Zach's preferential treatment towards Lila. Lila has had some medical issues since her birth, including speech delay and, most recently, being diagnosed with sleep apnea. However, instead of adopting a patient approach to parenting Lila, Zach's harsh approach might contribute to the issues. Little People, BigWorld star Zach Roloff has been called out for allegedly snubbing his mother, Amy Roloff, on Mother's Day. Zach and Tori Roloff decided to exit the reality show, making Little People, BigWorld Season 25 their last. After tensions with his father, Matt Roloff, overselling the family farmhouse, Zach decided to pick up and move to Washington with his wife and kids. This move only made the rift between father and son larger and seemed to reach other family members. Tori was slammed on social media, via Monster's critics, for potentially being the cause of Zach not spending Mother's Day with his mother Amy this year. And the comments on a recent Instagram post from Amy add fuel to the fire. In her post for Mother's Day, Amy shared photos with sons Jeremy and Jacob Roloff and Jeremy's wife, Audrey Roloff. She expressed her gratitude, saying, "Here I am with my bookends, Jeremy and Jacob, two amazing, fine young men. Hung out with Chris, my boys, a few of my grandkids, talked with Zach and Molly." Some fans have alluded to Zach's absence being the doing of his wife Tori. For example, one commenter at Kathy Price 5169 expressed this by writing, "Zach wasn't allowed to see ya, or he has a grudge against their boys. Coming from a tight-knit family, Zach's relationship with his parents appeared strong in Little People, BigWorld's earlier seasons. Even though Zach and his father sometimes clashed about how to run the farm, their disagreements didn't go further than that. Their relationship seemed to thrive with Zach and Tori living close to Matt and fiancée Karen Chandler, while his other siblings sought out different ventures. However, everything spilled over when it became clear to Zach that his father wasn't selling the family farmhouse. This would ultimately lead to the feud between Matt and Zach. Even with the divorce between Amy and Matt, the family has since moved forward with their lives. With many of his siblings already stepping away from Little People, BigWorld, Zach seemed to be sticking it out with his father and his own family, running the farm together. His relationship with his mom, Amy, doesn't appear to be strained. Although his family has moved hours away to Washington, it seems as though Zach keeps in contact with Amy and vice versa. Fans of Little People, BigWorld have seen the Roloff kids grow up and start their own families. The family has faced many ups and downs on the reality show. Although their relationships have weathered the storms of some of these setbacks, the feud between Zach and Matt doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Hopefully, the two can come to an understanding soon, for the sake of the entire family. Little People, BigWorld star Matt Roloff shared his take on whether or not the series has finally come to an end. Matt and his ex-wife, Amy Roloff, have been a part of Little People BigWorld for the better part of the last 2 decades, sharing their lives and along with their children on screen for viewers. While the initial ploy of the series was to show viewers how the family's struggles with dwarfism shaped their lives, the drama intensified between the Roloffs as Matt and Amy's marriage struggled while their 4 children grew up and left the nest. In a Facebook post, Matt shared why he believes Little People, BigWorld's network, has yet to announce whether the show is over or not, despite it seeming to have ended with the most recent season finale. "Nobody really knows at this point if the last episode was the series finale," Matt shared on Facebook. He explained that, contractually, the series has run from a season-to-season contract for the last several years, so the show could be finished or come back again. "I feel very content and satisfied with the run of shows and the journey we shared," Matt explained. While Matt shared in his update about several different topics, he went into some depth about his kids, some of whom have been publicly estranged from him in the past. Jeremy, Zach and Molly manage their own individual homes, projects, and farms, Matt shared, continuing that the Roloff's youngest son, Jacob, has returned with his family to an open canvas of opportunity. While Matt and Amy's youngest son is helping him run the family farm, Matt went on to admit that he doesn't get to see Zach and his adorable kids nearly as often as any of us would like. Although Matt's life looks very different than it did when Little People, BigWorld began in 2006, his relationship with his kids is likely the biggest shift he's faced. While he's been able to rebuild his life after his divorce from Amy in 2016, a decade after Little People, BigWorld's premiere, Matt has struggled through some serious issues with his family over the years. From his estrangement from his son, Zach Roloff, to the sale of the family farm, Matt has put his life out there for viewers but has been hard-pressed to take criticism about anything he's done. With Little People, BigWorld likely coming to an end after all of the Roloff children have departed from the series, it seems that, while he's open about the idea of returning to the series, it's clear that Matt knows that the show isn't everything. In valuing his relationships with his family, and even beginning to get along with his ex-wife in new ways, Matt's